Welcome back to the Angry Buddha official. Cheers. Michelob Ultra Infusion Lime and Prickly Pear Cactus. Jeez. Anyway, it's good, but still, just the name. Ay. Artisan SP Blue. Recommended by OFS, Olfactory Snuff. They recommended this to me almost a year ago, really. And man, I am not regretting this purchase. I'm pretty sure a story they told me, or not a story, but he was, like, God, I can't even speak. One of them were telling me that they keep a good amount in storage. And one time I think they were telling me it was so good that they just busted open a whole bunch and they were almost done, and we're gonna have to crack into their stored one. They have just in case they run out, because that's how good it is and they love it. And I can see why. It's almost like you don't want to stop sniffing it, and it's just very refreshing. And man, in the sense, wow. So anyway, open this thing, and yes, I've already tapped into it. Only so much. It's so good. Kind of it's about that color, maybe a little darker. Really moist. In the tin, if you're from the States, I don't know if you've ever had a blueberry Pop-Tart. That's what it smells like. It smells really awesome. Super blueberry. Man, can't go wrong with that. Nice, and it's actually pretty moist. Even though it's not sticking to my finger, it's becoming like clay when I mush it. See, it's still moist, so anyway, I gotta get it. I should have got a bigger, I just wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or not, but I gotta get me a bigger a bigger tin of this, or an economy pouch, more like, so I can jar it up. So I can see myself using a lot of this. We got a big fat pinch here. I've been pretty heavy on the nicotine today. Snooze, Snuff. I was on a natural toast earlier. I was gonna get into Black Arabica, but I decided not to. All right, there you go. Behind my hanky on hand. Like I said, I've been going heavy on the snuffs today, so minimal burn right now. But it was minimal anyways, so very easy snuff to take. I also recommend, definitely a huge beginner snuff, super easy to take. Like, this is a total beginner snuff. Like I said, outside the tin, it's like a blueberry Pop-Tart. Super blueberry. Maybe a little bit of the lemon on the outside of the tin. But yeah, sniffing this, I'm getting blueberry. There is supposed to be lemon and jasmine in here as well. And it's an SP base. Right off the bat, you can tell it's an SP base. And I say that not because I just know when I sniff a snuff, oh, that's an SP. That's not why. It's just it's kind of hard for me to explain. For me, when I feel like, I'm like, I wonder if this is an SP. There's just that base flower, just the way it's made. I don't know. Super, I don't know, I kind of lost my train of thought there, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, SP is the base flower. Now, maybe it's not a traditional one, but SP does not mean it has to have bergamot in it, as we all, or most of us know. I've like lost my train of thought what I was getting into. Anyways, I can kind of smell the lemon. know if I might smell a little bit of the jasmine, but that blueberry is pretty dominant. I feel like the lemon in it is what makes this blueberry a little bit more tangier. At least in the nose. That's how I'm smelling it. So, and pardon me, I got some laundry drying. Washing some towels, or drying some towels. Now, as I'm sniffing it, hold on. Scratch what I just said. As it's going in, I feel like I'm getting a kind of a spin of blueberry, lemon, jasmine, or blueberry, jasmine, lemon. I'm getting that jasmine now. And I do know the smell of jasmine, or I'm familiar with it. And it's kind of just going around there in kind of waves. It's a very clean scent. By itself, I don't always care for it. It just depends, but I can kind of smell that now. And as I'm inhaling, I'm not just picking up that blueberry. That blueberry is all around and in the background, like dominantly. But I can really smell that lemon flowing through. And then with the clean finish of just this jasmine. Now, the lemon and jasmine are flowing. One is before the other, and then vice versa. The other one is before the other that I'm picking up. So it's, it's not like one is before the other. Like, it has to be that way. That's just how I'm smelling it. If that makes sense, sorry. So, dominantly blueberry. Nicotine, I'd say it's low on the lower scale. Like I said, it's definitely an easy beginner snuff user. And for someone that's that has a high tolerance and used to high nicotine, don't expect a lot from this unless you do a whole ton of it. You might get something. My mouth is just now starting to water, and usually that's when I'm starting to get that nicotine kick, or something's going down with the drip, or getting into my mucous membranes. Anyway, clear the nose a little bit. I have been a little stuffy today. Not sick. It's really nice. Very refreshing snuff. I highly recommend anything that's Artisan, or going to be called Artisan. Expect to maybe pay a little bit more than your usual snuff. Do I think it's for what it is? Do I think it's reasonably priced? Absolutely. A little much for a 10 gram tin, but that's why you buy bulk and you get more. And that's with anything. Always buy bulk. So I recommend, if you like blueberries and you like lemon, you like jasmine, or you like all these, that sounds like it's be a stuff you'd like to get, I recommend going ahead and buying in the bulk. If you decide to order this one, even just to try, get like, at least a 25 gram or maybe 50 grams. Probably your best bet at the, because then you're not you're not losing any money out of it. And I mean, this is a really good snuff, and it's more reasonably priced when you buy more of it. Just kind of makes more sense. And it's very refreshing, so I suggest you store it well. This is one that is very fresh, and you should just be ready to, take care of this one, because it's definitely worth it. Fantastic. And see, it's so dominant of just that blueberry when you smell it out, but you put it in, it's just those three snuffs kind of just. Now, as far as out of all those things, you do get a little bit of that refreshing tobacco base at the end of it, with most toke, or I'm assuming probably Artisan as well, snuffs. Just toke, sister brand, whatever, it's related to toke. So you get that toke base flower along with whether it's SP or not. You can just tell. I don't know. Maybe a little too deep into that thought. But anyways, you get a refreshing tobacco taste behind all of these right at the end, maybe. and in and out. But I mean, regardless, it's still very refreshing with all the other scents in it. And it's not too much. It's not subtle, but it's not like in your face. Here's, even if I know all Toke brand, all of Toke brand snuffs and Artisan stuff, I know it's all natural ingredients, but what I'm getting at is that it's not like so dominant that it's almost like, hey, is this fake? Even like, you know, it's such a huge scent. The scents are so overpowering that you're like, is it fake? Even though it's definitely not. Or is it two smells making a certain that smells very similar to another smell when combined together, you know? That's it I have for this review. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Artisan SP Blue, you know where to go. If you want to get some, type it in and Google it. You'll find it if you don't know. YouTube doesn't want me to tell you too much. 11 minutes in on this review, 11-minute review. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I did too. Happy snuffing. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Love y'all. Goodbye. 10 out of 10.